Harry Colstein. I am a second-generation violin maker. In my line of work, it's so essential to have the right tool. 5 years ago, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer and I chose CyberKnife. It only hit the tissue that was affected by the cancer. Virtually no side effects. The CyberKnife team was truly amazing. I'm healthy and I'm basically cured.
Call to schedule an appointment.
T-Mobile knows whether you break down in the middle of nowhere or get a flat tire on the edge of somewhere, people everywhere trust AAA to get them back on the road. And AAA trusts T-Mobile to be their exclusive wireless partner. Because T-Mobile covers more highway miles with 5G than anyone. So with AAA's nationwide fleet connected on T-Mobile, the middle of nowhere is a lot closer than you think.
Make a move in the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed for more responsive performance and more advanced tech. When you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2022 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Get moving and find the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching, yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
The handshake in the final game of the series has become a thing for the Yankees. The Yankees have won 3 straight series, trying to make it 4 in a row today here in Cleveland, where it is time for baseball. As the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. And it's the New York Yankees against the Cleveland Guardians in the rubber game of a 3-game set from Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball, along with John Flaherty. I'm Michael Kay. Some news right off the bat and some injury news, which is not great. So Gleyber Torres, right hip groin issue. He's available to pinch hit, not in the starting lineup. DJ LeMahieu has quad tightness day to day, so we'll keep an eye on that. And that means Anthony Volpe is going to lead off today. Didn't start yesterday, but his first career start in the leadoff spot. A 129 average so far this season, and we'll see how he does at the top of the order. Now, one guy who's done very, very well, released by the Orioles at the end of spring training. Yankees pick him up. Who would have expected this from Franchi Cordero?
Well, Aaron Boone has talked about there's a competition in the outfield for at-bats, and whenever you get a start and you get your at-bats, you have to take advantage of them. Franchi Cordero has done that. 3 home runs on the year, 10 RBIs, leads the Yankees in that department. He's been a prospect for a long time who has intriguing power. It's easy power. He showed that again last night, and he's going to continue to get those at-bats as long as he keeps producing.
And you look at the numbers, he is certainly producing. 286, 3 home runs, leads the team with 10 ribbies, an OPS of 1.110. Now, Clark Schmidt, today's starter, he has not been producing the way he wants, the way the Yankees have wanted him to produce. He's struggled, to tell you the truth. When we get back, Meredith Marakovich talks with Clark Schmidt. That's next, right here on Yes.
DirecTV is a leader in sports, but Jeff doesn't have DirecTV, so he's watching baseball at his weird neighbor's house.
He's all right. I love watching the game with you.
Call 1-800-DIRECTV to guarantee your price for 2 years.
Panera's new toasted baguette is loaded with fresh details. Ripe tomatoes, melted mozzarella, and freshly made green goddess dressing. And when they come together, those details become big. New toasted baguettes. Cater your next event with Panera.
People couldn't see my potential, so I had to show them.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
Today, I'm the CEO of my own company.
That's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Why are we not rethinking this?
I am more.
I'm more than
who I am on paper.
kick it up a notch like we ain't stopping now, we going all night. I'm on another level,
Claxton, let's go! Aaron Judge, case closed.
Mikel Bridges, major elevation. Yeah, we about to turn it up.
Bases loaded. Stanton, big win for the Yankees. Cole, swing and a miss, got him. A 1-2-3 inning. See ya! A walk-off home run by Aaron Judge.
Victory at the buzzer. We gonna turn it up. We gonna see what's up.
Welcome back to Cleveland, Ohio for the rubber match between the Yankees and the Guardians. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Marakovitz. Clark Schmidt will get the ball this afternoon. It'll be his third start of the season. He struggled a little bit in his first two, unable to find consistency and unable to get out of the fourth inning. I spoke with him for the pregame show and asked him what he's been focused on in between starts.
We spent a lot of effort in the bullpen sessions, and first of all, we went over some usage stuff. We felt like we needed to tinker with, with some sequencing, some changes that we needed to make. And, honestly, we didn't feel like we were very far off from where we wanted to be. The strike percentage has been really high. I think the first pitch strike percentage has been down, so we wanted to tinker with that a little bit. And I think, mixing up with a little bit of different locations were the big changes that we made throughout the bullpen session. So, I'm really happy with where I'm at coming from the last start, just being able to work on things and clean some things up. So I'm excited to get back out there.
Aaron Boone has always liked Clark Schmidt's potential. When I spoke to him earlier about his season struggles in the two starts that he did make, he said it's all about command of his four-seamer. That's where it will start for him today. Work off the four-seamer and go from there. Plenty more to come here on the YES Network when we get back. Michael Kay will be joined by John Flaherty. First pitch coming your way after the break.
My name's Jorge Gaviria, and this is my business, Hacienda. I chose my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. And with no preset spending limit, my purchasing power adapts to my business needs. What's in your wallet?
Leading on the top of the third. Oh, it's a bloop single to center.
Hey everybody, I'm here with Dave, who just got a nice win on FanDuel, and it's just the third inning. What are you feeling right now?
Lisa, I haven't been this happy since the second inning.
Well, enjoy your win. Well earned.
Whether you want to bet a hit in the first or a homer in the ninth, every at-bat is a chance to win big on FanDuel. New customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed.
While most drivers spend their lives going from point A to B, in America, we're all about point X. That's why our most versatile BMW X-Range vehicles are proudly manufactured right here in Spartanburg, South Carolina. The BMW X-Range, your next X-Venture, starts here. Hurry in and lease a 2023 BMW X3 X5 30i for $599 per month.
Ozzy Albies, Byron Buxton, how'd you get those 85-cent small Blizzard treats? Heard the deal's only in the DQ app.
Deals only in the DQ app. But it's only for a limited time, so you gotta hustle. Already got mine. Way to go, Craig. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Oh, yes! We on a whole nother level now. We about to turn it up.
Nothing. Yeah. See ya! A walk-off home run by Aaron Judge.
We gonna turn it up.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 or over. By NYU Langone Health, the #1 hospital in the U.S. for neurology and neurosurgery. And by FanDuel, make every moment more. Some players that have worn the uniform of the New York Yankees and the Cleveland Indians, now Guardians. CeCe started with the Indians and finished what will be a Hall of Fame career with the Yankees. It is just a gorgeous day here in Cleveland. You can't believe the weather. The locals here are just stunned that mid-April is this beautiful, but we'll take it as the Yankees finish this 6-game road trip, and Peyton Battenfield makes the walk to the mound for his first big league start. Pretty exciting for him. So let's take a look at the Yankees starting lineup that he is going to face. Anthony Volpe leads off for the first time in his young career. Batting second, the DH Aaron Judge. Anthony Rizzo at first. Giancarlo Stanton will play right and clean up. Franchi Cordero in left field bats fifth. Batting sixth, playing second base, Oswaldo Cabrera. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, the third baseman, bats seventh. Batting eighth and catching, Kyle Higashioka. And Aaron Hicks, who had 2 hits yesterday, he'll be in center field today, and he will bat ninth. So let's take a look at Peyton Battenfield. This season in AAA, he's already made just 1 start. You see his numbers, 5 innings, gave up a home run, a walk, and struck out 3. Now let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
Well, he's living out a big league dream. This will be his major league debut. He's been with 3 organizations, but the first time he has thrown a pitch off a major league mound, and he's a kitchen sink type guy. He will throw everything at you: cutters, sliders, curveballs, and he is not known as a big strikeout pitcher, so he's going to need a little help from his defense this afternoon.
Well, why don't we take a look at the defense? It's a perfect entree to peruse who is behind Battenfield. In left field, you've got Kwan. In center field, it's Straw. And Will Brennan is over at right. In the infield, Ramirez at third. Rosario will play short. Jimenez is the second baseman. Josh Bell will shaky at first, but he's the first baseman. Cam Gallagher, one of 3 catchers carried by the Guardians, will be behind the plate. And Josh Naylor is the DH. All right, John, it's time for the keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, the Yankees are 3 for 3 in series wins this year. They're looking to make it 4 for 4 in a little different lineup today. No DJ, no Glaber, Volpe leading off, trying to build off the 11 runs they put on the board last night, and a very rested bullpen for the Yankees. If Clark Schmidt gets off to a rough start, I wouldn't be surprised to see the bullpen be a big factor.
Let's do it here in Cleveland, and the first pitch is outside. We are underway. Volpe, 4 hits in the big leagues, 3 singles and a triple. He did not start yesterday's game, but he did come in the 9th inning for defense. High fly ball, left field and deep. Going back, Kwan. He's on the track. He's at the wall, leaps, and it's off the wall. Volpe will stop at second with a double. So he leads off with a double high off the wall in left field.
Well, you just never know how a change in the lineup is going to produce, and Anthony Volpe gets a fastball middle in and drills it off the wall. Kwan not able to make the play, but a nice job by Straw in center field, backing up, holding Volpe to a double. I thought this had triple potential once it bounced off the wall and away from Kwan. The play's right in front of you. You don't need your third base coach.
Aaron Judge takes inside 1-0. So Volpe with 3 singles, a double, and a triple now in his big league career. One and one. Chris Guccione is the home plate umpire. David Rackley at first. The crew chief Larry Van over at second. Edwin Moscoso is over at third. Battenfield deals 1-2. Let's scout the home plate umpire, Chris Guccione. He is hitter friendly. Fewer inside strikes. He worked game in the 2019 Little League World Series. 24th big league season for Guccione. Two and two.
You can watch Battenfield early in this one, ahead in the count now, even in the count 2-2 to Aaron Judge. A lot of off-speed pitches. He will not overpower hitters with velocity. First time the Yankees getting a look at him, first time through the lineup.
2-2. And Judge down on strikes.
You got to believe there are some nerves in your major league debut, and you face Aaron Judge and pick up your first major league strikeout. Brand name.
Judge turned back toward the big screen in left field to take a look at that swing and the pitch. There's Anthony Rizzo off to a good start. 314, a home run, and 6 runs batted in. 0-1.
So you can watch video of a minor league pitcher, whatever you can have on a rookie making his debut, until you get in that box and you see the spin on the baseball. It looks like the Yankees early in this one having trouble picking up the spin.
0-2 on Rizzo. Yankees won the opening series against the Giants, then the next series against the Phils, the first series of this road trip against the Orioles, and now 1-1 against the Guardians. It's a tired hot dog right there. Now, if they win today, that means they would have won their first 4 series. So that doesn't seem like it's an impossible accomplishment, but they've only done that 4 times in the 121 season history of the team. Just 4 times.
Yeah, it's shocking.
Two and two. Rizzo uses his timeout, give himself a moment. Now back in there, 2 and 2. Volpe is at second with 1 out. 3 and 2.
Michael, just to add on to that too, I mean, you want to be known as a club that goes out there and wins series, and that, you know, obviously works out to a successful season, but also a good road club. You win this game today, it's a nice road trip.
On deck, Giancarlo Stanton. Hit sharply and grabbed by the shortstop Rosario. Nice play. Fires to first as Volpe moves to third.
Well, mentioned it in the scouting report. Battenfield does not strike out a lot of batters, and the defense is going to have to help him out in this one already in the first inning. Cleveland shortstop coming up big.
So here's Giancarlo Stanton. Now Stanton with 3 home runs and 8 ribbies, and we told you this yesterday. It's the first time in his career he's had 3 or more home runs and 8 or more ribbies in the team's first 10 games. He didn't play yesterday, so it's the first time he's ever done that. Remember, he had a 59 home run MVP season with the Marlins. Quickly down in the count, 0-2.
Another look at the breaking ball, a little slider, and the swing. Aaron Judge had trouble picking up spin, and Stanton behind the count, 0-2.
Up the middle and grabbed by Jimenez, and he will get Stanton for the final out. So the leadoff double by Volpe is wasted. He's stranded at first. Yankees nothing, and the Guardians coming to bat.
Dupixent helps you do more with less asthma and can help you breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that's not for sudden breathing problems. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
Dear car chase, put the pedal to the metal and snap up a Toyota today. Build it, price it, and drive it. Build it, pick your color, then pick your package and accessories. And Based on your local dealer's real-time inventory, you can price it. Ready to connect with your dealer? Seal the deal, and you're ready to drive it. Build it, price it, drive it. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
So Battenfield gets some love in the Guardians dugout after working out of the jam in the first. Now let's take a look at the Guardians starting lineup. That will face Clark Schmidt, Stephen Kwan in left, Ahmad Rosario, the shortstop, at second, Jose Ramirez at third, batting third, Josh Naylor, DHs, Jimenez at second, Josh Bell at first, Will Brennan, the right fielder, bat seventh, batting eighth, Gold Glove center fielder Miles Straw, and Cam Gallagher is going to catch, and he's going to bat ninth. And they're going to face Clark Schmidt. Schmidt has struggled in 2 starts, a 9.45 ERA, 6 2/3 innings. He's allowed 2 home runs. And let's check out the Nissan Pitcher Scouting Report.
Yeah, when you look at those numbers, there is a lot of room for improvement. 84 pitches his last outing against Baltimore and only 3 1/3. And he's a reliever who's transitioning back to the rotation. First time through the lineup, not bad. 250 batting average. Second time and next, 357. So he needs to get better in that department, and also needs to do better against lefties. 421 batting average.
And the pitch to Kwan. Here's a strike. Oh, 2. Now, overall, the Yankee pitching has done a great job. They've allowed just 30 runs. Only the Rays with 20 and Milwaukee with 27 have allowed fewer. That one's lofted into center field, and getting a good jump and not being able to handle it is Hicks. So it'll be a single for Kwan. Hicks had it and then lost it.
Yeah, I think you called it perfectly, too. Take a look at the jump, and it was a good one. Right off of the heel of the glove, so that's going to be frustrating for Aaron Hicks. He got the good jump. He was right underneath it, just off the heel. Not able to make the play.
Cleveland, 19 stolen bases in 21 attempts. Pitch inside to Rosario. One and one. Check out the Yankee defense. Cordero's in left. We've seen Hicks in center. Stanton over and right. In the infield, IKF, Volpe, Cabrera, and Rizzo. That's third to first. Higashioka gets the start behind the plate. Judge, the DH. Schmidt is on the mound. Two and one.
We heard Clark Schmidt talking to Meredith about how he figured out some pitch sequences maybe that will get better in this outing. He feels really good, the work that he did in between starts.
Good pitch on the outside corner, 2-2.
You'll take that if you're Clark Schmidt from Chris Guccione behind the plate. A little sweeper just off the corner, called for a strike. Get back in the count.
Yankee killer. Jose Ramirez is on deck. That one's lined into center field. Hicks again. This time he makes the play for out number one.
If you're Aaron Hicks, you're saying this might be one of those days where I'm going to be tested in center field. Was not able to come up with the first play. Almost identical the second time around. Able to come up with it cleanly.
Kwan still at first. Here's Ramirez. Looped on the left side. It's going to be a long run for everybody. It dunks in for base hit. Stopping at third is Kwan. It's a bloop double for Ramirez. And the Guardians have runners on second and third with one out.
I talked in the scouting report that Clark Schmidt has had trouble with left-handed hitters this year. 421 batting average against. This a fastball up, out, over, and Ramirez just stays inside of it, blocks it the other way for a bloop double. The Guardians, like they did last night against Garrett Cole, trying to get on the board early in this one.
Yankees play the infield back with one out, second and third. And here's Naylor. Grounded foul.
A lot has been made of that cut fastball that Clark Schmidt is throwing this year. He introduced it in spring training. He's thrown it an awful lot in his first two starts. Trying to get in on the lefties with a little cut movement to get back away on the outside half.
1-1. Foul ball. 1-2.
There's that cutter, 93 miles an hour in on the hands, and it did exactly what it's supposed to do, and that is make a left-handed hitter aware of the inside part of the plate, ball moving in on his hands. Heading the count 1-2, it should open up the outside half.
Waved at, but he stays alive by fouling the ball off. Let's look at the game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. And it's 70 degrees. Zero chance of rain. The wind out of the west at 3 miles per hour. What a day. You look up in the sky, there is not a cloud. Might be tough on the outfielders. High sky, they call it. What a postcard day here in Cleveland. Looped into shallow center field. Coming on is Hicks. And he makes the play. Tagging is Quan. He'll score. And they double up the runner at second. So Schmidt gets himself out of the jam by testing out Aaron Hicks in center field.
Take another look. 3 for 3 for Aaron Hicks. 3 bloop shots right in front of him. Comes up with a clean. And then the double play at second base. Clark Schmidt will take it.
Having a day. Aaron Hicks. We go to the second.
There's an old saying in baseball that luck is the residue of design. That if you work your tail off, you'll catch your lucky break. When you hear a name called and a number's place is earned on those pinstripes, their moment had arrived. But you'll never see a name on the back of that jersey, because this isn't about just one person. Never was. And these pinstripes, man, do they weigh heavy. They weigh heavy on all of us. As one of the greats once told us, no matter where you've been or where you're going, we're all lucky to bleed blue.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man.
And when you got the fans like this, you can do anything you want. This is what it's all about right here.
Now let's go earn our stripes.
What's up, everybody? Chef Marcus Sampson here on Home Plate New York on the Yes app. Come on, man, bring it in. Don't be shy.
From pinstripes to chef whites, Yankee stars take to the kitchen and explore some of their favorite New York cuisine.
This is staple. This is what we grew up. This is actually a gourmet version.
Yeah. Plus celebrities, athletes, and icons join Marcus at some of the hottest tables in town.
That's amazing. I'm proud.
Manja. Check out Home Plate New York, streaming now on the Yes app.
Now, very interesting conference here on the mound. All four umpires. The Guardians are off the field. They showed the replay of the catch on the big board in left field, and the crowd went nuts because it's clear that Hicks did not hold on and that the ball hit the ground. But Francona didn't challenge, so I don't understand exactly what's going on, because on the big board in left center field, this is play under review. It was never challenged, John, in time.
Never challenged. The umpires are talking about it, but I don't see how you can be reviewing this when Terry Francona didn't call for review in, what is it, 15 seconds?
15 seconds you get. But when you take a look, he obviously did not catch the ball cleanly. And they're going to go and talk with Francona. The home plate umpire Guccione and the crew chief Larry Vanover. Now there are new challenge rules. You have to hold up your hand, and in 15 seconds, your crew in the clubhouse has to look at whatever replay they could see, and you have to decide whether to challenge or not. And if you don't do it within the 15 seconds, you cannot do it. So it looks like Francona is satisfied. Still, no one's out on the field. The Guardians have not taken the field.
Yeah, and Aaron Boone's got to be thinking, what's going on here? Nobody's talking to me, letting me know what my team should be doing here.
Cleveland is challenging the catch call in center field.
I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get this.
Wow.
And Aaron Boone has a reason to be hot.
No, that does not seem right, because it was not challenged within the 15 seconds. But if they're going to challenge it, John, that's going to be overturned.
Yeah, clearly the ball came out of the glove, hit the grass. Listen, everybody around Major League Baseball knows you have 15 seconds now. It makes it so much harder on the video replay guys in the clubhouse to make a decision to challenge something. And you see Aaron Boone clearly not happy, and I don't blame him.
Well, they're going to overturn this catch, and then the run will score, and the inning will continue. And he just got thrown out, and he doesn't care because he's trying to get his point across, and he's right. In this instance, he's absolutely right. The play was not challenged. Now he's pointing to the board, and I think that's what set everybody off. Because when they showed it on the board, the crowd started booing that the call was blown by the umpire. And then all of a sudden the umpires got together and they gave the Guardians the right to challenge.
Well, if Aaron Boone is done.
He wants to see if it's overturned.
I mean, clearly you could see the baseball touching the grass. I don't know why this is taking so long.
Carlos Mendoza, Boone's bench coach, coming out just so Boone doesn't get himself into trouble with the argument. He's going to kind of lead him back to the dugout. So immediate controversy here in the bottom of the first inning. Now Clark Schmidt's going to have to retake the mound. Will they allow him to warm up?
You would think that the total rhythm of this inning is shot, obviously. And if this is overturned, then Clark Schmidt has to go back out there. Absolutely, you got to let him warm up.
get his warm-up tosses and get ready, but I think it's more of a mental letdown than anything. A huge way to end that first inning could be overturned.
Now, if it is overturned, Quan will score. You would assume they'd allow Ramirez to go to third, and then Naylor reaches first with a single.
Upon review, the catch call in center field is overturned to no catch. Runners are placed at first and third. Cleveland retains their challenge.
Well, you heard it from Larry Vanover. So from an inning-ending double play to the Yankees are trailing 1-0, the inning is still going on first and third, one man out. Well, Francona seems quite content.
He got away with one.
And Boone's coming out again. Wants to know if they're going to allow Schmidt to take warm-ups.
Oh, you have to allow him to take warm-ups. I mean, the umpires in that situation, this thing dragged on. But think of it from Clark Schmidt's perspective, right? He's had 2 starts. They have not gone well, and he thought he had a huge play, a double play to end that first inning. Now there's a mental letdown. You're back out on the mound, and you're still in trouble.
Now, the one thing that's gone under the radar here, John, I mean, you've seen a lot of baseball in your life. Have you ever seen a center fielder have three plays like that in one inning?
One inning. And, you know, Aaron Hicks has not played a lot of center field, so it's definitely been a challenge for him. Whatever Aaron Boone is hearing here, he's not going to be satisfied with the way this first inning turned out.
I'm wondering if they can protest. Boone is obviously and rightfully steamed.
So.
So he's been thrown out of the game. He'll hand over the lineup card to the bench coach, Carlos Mendoza.
This is a big, big test for Clark Schmidt. The mental letdown as Aaron Boone heads up to the clubhouse is huge for a starting pitcher. Thought you were out of the inning. Now you got to regroup and get back after it.
So first and third, it's 1-0 Guardians. One man out. Jimenez swings and fouls the ball off, 0-1. Grounded foul, 0-2. Ramirez at third, Naylor's at first. Naylor picks up his 9th ribby of the season. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout of Jimenez. 2 away.
And the numbers against a knuckle curveball early on this year have been really good for Clark Schmidt. Perfectly located down and in. And you're right, Michael, that is a huge out. That shows me something. When you're in the dugout, you think you got out of that first inning, you have to go back and regroup. 3 pitches, second out.
So here's Bell. Two out. Runners on first and third. 1 run in. 0-1. 1-0 Guardians. And that is through for a base hit. A base hit for Bell. Ramirez scores. Naylor advances to second, and RBI for Bell's 4th of the year. It's 2-0 Guardians.
Such a deflating hit for any pitcher when you get 2 outs. You're 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning, and it's a cutter on the inner half that Bell just muscles into right field.
Well, Francona has certainly loaded his lineup with lefties. Here's Brennan, first and second, 2 men out. One and 0. The 2-0. 3-0, 1 pitch away from loading the bases.
Mark Schmidt is last outing 84 pitches and 3 1/3, and already the pitch count elevated here in the first for a lot of different reasons.
A strike, 3-1. Grounded to first. Rizzo there, flips to Schmidt, and that'll do it. And a very odd bottom of the first inning as the Guardians score 2-0.
Doors lead us to places we've never been. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors. They can help you create a retirement income plan designed to balance growth and guaranteed income, and provide access to specialists who help with estate planning to look out for future generations. So you're not just growing and protecting your wealth, you're sharing it. Because doors were meant to be opened.
New chicken nuggets from KFC?
Everybody's gonna want these. Let's eat these inside.
Try new Kentucky Fried Chicken Nuggets. You've never had nuggets like these.
Distinctive in design, meticulous in craftsmanship, confident in execution. Genesis, a new beginning of what luxury can be. During the Genesis Signature event, lease the 2023 Genesis GV70 for $569 per month exclusively at your tri-state Genesis retailer.
All right, here's the rule on manager challenges. Manager must notify an umpire that the club is contemplating whether to challenge a play or has determined that it wishes to challenge a play immediately after the conclusion of the prior play. If a manager appropriately notifies an umpire of a potential challenge, the umpire will call time and blah, blah, blah. Timer will stop and the field time coordinator will begin a 15-second determination time. The manager must make that decision within 15 seconds. Now, we have a replay of Francona in the dugout, not requesting any kind of challenge. 2-0. He's looking at the board out in left center field, which showed that Hicks did not make the catch, and at no time is he holding up his hand and making that decision within 15 seconds, John. And you can see why Boone was so angry.
Yeah, and I think you nailed it. When the replay came up on the big board, that's when everybody started questioning it. But if Francona didn't raise his hand, then he had 15 seconds to determine if he wanted to do it. We didn't see any of that.
The replay on the board spurred everything. The crowd reaction got the umpire's attention, obviously got Francona's attention, but it was all done after 15 seconds. And you don't even get the 15 seconds unless you hold up your hand immediately. That's why umpires now are looking to the manager immediately, and the manager has to hold up the hand immediately if there's any kind of close play. Holding up the hand does not mean you're challenging. It means you're checking to see if you'll challenge, and they want the umpires to wait. Terry never did that. Grounded to first, Bell flips the bat in field. Cordero is retired. All right, so that is the end of the play. No one is signaling to the umpires to wait to see if we're going to challenge, and the Guardians just leave the field.
The pitcher's coming out.
Very odd. I cannot wait to hear the umpire's decision making on that. Why would you challenge when the manager didn't challenge? Cabrera lost one to left field. Kwan is there. 2 away. And another thing to consider, John, why would the umpires get together? Either you challenge or you don't challenge. What were they talking about for all that time before actually sending the challenge back to New York?
You would just have to assume they were talking about what options do we have here, right? Should we continue with this? Francona didn't do anything, but it's very odd.
2-0. High pop-up, shallow left field. Kwan comes on. Kwan makes the catch. And the Yankees go down in order. 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the bottom of the second. 2-0 Cleveland.
What a play by Martinez. Swung on a throw deep to right. There it goes. Got it all in. Got it. A grand slam. What a play by Tito. The defensive play of the game. Into the upper deck for Tito Martinez. 505.
There's 1,000 different drink combinations at Sonic. I'm gonna list them one by one. Get ready. Cherry limeade. Well, it looks like we're out of time.
Sonic.
We always believed the welcoming spirit was a small town thing. Turns out, we were wrong. Wherever Jim Beam is welcome, you'll be welcome too.
When the prize is our future, every day is a match of our lives. In all my years of playing around the world, I have never seen a brighter soul than Kiara's. You will never know what it took for her to be here. Together with her world-class team, Kiara triumphed over a rare cancer that nearly stole her future as a dancer. When we unite around one goal, that is when we win.
All right, let's take a look at Clark Schmidt's Arsenal from last year and this year on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud.
Yeah, when you look to the left, 2022, the sweeper and the knuckle curve, those are good results. The sinker and the four-seamer, not so much. So Clark Schmidt trying to make an adjustment on the right in 2023, going to the cutter a little bit more to try to help him out because that sweeper and the knuckle curve are still weapons. He's trying to figure out, am I a four-seam guy, a two-seam guy, or a cut fastball guy?
Straw grounds one to short. Volpe sets and fires. 1 pitch, 1 out.
And John, you talked about how in the first 2 starts he used that cutter a lot. When I spoke to him the other day, I asked if that was part of the conversation in between starts, and he said yes, it was part of the conversation, but he is going to continue to use it a lot. The Yankees really like that pitch. He thinks it's more a matter of location and when he's throwing it, as opposed to the actual effectiveness of the pitch. He said right now it may not look like I'm having a lot of success with it, but I have a ton of confidence in that pitch, and I'm going to continue to go with it.
Cam Gallagher takes a strike.
Yeah, I think, Meredith, the biggest concern with the pitcher when they start throwing a cutter is, will it take away from your off-speed pitches?
That one hangs up there for Stanton, 2 away.
And by that I mean, will the knuckle curve and the sweeper get worse? But from StatCast 3D, it looks like they're staying the same.
Pitches inside to Kwan. He started the first inning with a blooper to center field that Hicks could not make the play on. Two 2-0. Schmidt looking for a bounce back inning. 2-0 Cleveland. 2-1. And the pitch. Good hold up, 3-2. Fly ball in the center. This one's easy for Hicks. He puts it away, and Schmidt bounces back with a 1-2-3 inning, and we go to the third. 2-0 Guardians.
Ooh, new nuggets. So tender.
Does he not dip his nuggets in sauce?
These don't even need sauce.
That's crazy.
Try new Kentucky Fried Chicken Nuggets. You've never had nuggets like these. That's finger-licking good.
You like that bone? I got a great price on it.
Did you see my tail when that Chewy box showed up?
Oh, I saw it.
Sorry about the vase.
Can we just say vase like normal people?
Fine.
I always wonder what it would be like to have a tail.
Maybe you did one time. Maybe 1,000 years from now, I'll be tailless, using that Chewy app to get you great prices on treats.
I'm pretty sure it takes more than 1,000 years.
Vase.
Pets aren't just pets. They're more.
Vase.
Save more on what they love with everyday great prices at Chewy.
This isn't Charmin. No wonder I don't feel as clean.
Here's Charmin Ultra Strong.
Ah, my bottom's been saved.
With its diamond weave texture, Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better with fewer sheets and less effort. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Guardians, everything you love shall be destroyed.
Screw you, you stretch-faced, RoboCop-looking, purple nurple piece of... You don't know.
You think?
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, rated PG-13. Tickets on sale now.
All right, let's check out today's injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Gleyber Torres left the game in the 9th inning last night with a right hip groin injury. He just felt tight. He said it's nothing that he thinks is that serious, but he's available to pinch hit, not in the starting lineup. And LeMahieu out of the lineup today with quad tightness, and he is listed as day-to-day. Something to keep an eye on with both of those players. Both are off to great starts. Kyle Higashioka leads off. Swing and a miss. So a leadoff double to start the game by Anthony Volpe off the wall and left. And now Battenfield has retired 6 in a row. First big league game for Peyton Battenfield. Higashioka calls time. Think things over. And he has his debut patch. And that patch will then be put into a 1-of-1 card set. Only one will be available. And the person who gets it, Battenfield goes on to have a good career, that could be worth something. Every Major League rookie making their Major League debut will have that patch. As Higashioka swings and misses.
Well, whenever you see a rookie making his Major League debut out on the mound, the first inning is so important to find a way to get through it. After that leadoff double from Volpe, it has been smooth sailing for Battenfield.
So here's Hicks. Active day so far. He had 2 hits last night. Takes a pitch low, 1-0. Batting ninth and playing center field for the Yanks today. Rubber game of this 3-game set. Guardians lead 2-0. And a strike. 1-1.
Hicks really looking to build off of those 2 hits yesterday back in the lineup, day game after a night game. If he can get his season going.
Grounded to first, backhanded by Bell to Battenfield. 2 away.
Now stepping in for New York, shortstop Anthony Volpe.
And that'll bring up Anthony Volpe. So 3 singles, a double, and a triple. We mentioned this the first game. Another Yankee rookie shortstop hit his first home run right here in this ballpark. It was Jacobs Field at that time, now renamed Progressive Field. And Volpe certainly flirted with a home run there, but it hit off the wall. And a strike. So Jeter on opening day in 1996 hit a home run off Dennis Martinez. 0-2. And the pitch. 1-2. Volpe did not start yesterday. He started all the previous games, but did come in the 9th inning. Lofted into right center field. And Straw runs it down as the Yankees go down in order 1, 2, 3. Battenfield has retired 9 in a row.
Subway keeps upping their game with the Subway Series, an all-star menu of delicious subs like number 4, Supreme Meats, Black Forest Ham, and Genoa Salami.
You can't stop that much meat. You can only hope to contain it in freshly baked bread.
Try Subway's tastiest menu upgrade yet.
My name's Jorge Gaviria, and this is my business, Hacienda. I chose my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. And with no preset spending limit, my purchasing power adapts to my business needs. What's in your wallet?
If Jimmy John's new caprese salami pesto was really Italian, it would have
fresh mozzarella, balsamic glaze.
Who are you?
Stevie. We met at Jimmy John's.
Same name.
Same sandwich order?
No.
Jimmy John's new caprese salami pesto.
Well, it's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. And today's submission comes to us from Teresa, who says her entire family is excited to watch Yankees baseball. Are you watching right now? For the Rimby family, use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. And there's the strike. You know, John, we mentioned the idea of whether or not the Yankees are going to protest. And this one had slipped by me. James Smythe, our researcher, dug it up. Before the 2021 season, that one's driven out into right center field and deep. On the run is Hicks, and the ball is gone. Rosario goes the other way for an opposite field home run, and it's 3-0 Guardians.
Well, that'll be the first home run of the year for Rosario, and Cleveland always a good place to hit. The wind blowing out a little bit to right center helped that fly ball. Take another look at the pitch and the swing. Fastball middle out. Rosario just stays on it, drills it the other way.
Pitch outside to Ramirez. So anyway, John, Rule 7.04 about protesting games. Again, prior to the 2021 season, protesting the game shall never be permitted, regardless of whether such a complaint is based on judgment decisions by the umpire or an allegation that an umpire misapplied these rules or otherwise rendered a decision in violation of these rules.
So with all that being said, you can't protest.
There's no recourse. And the umpire can completely foul it up, and there's no recourse. Grounded to first. Rizzo flips to Schmidt. One away here in the third. So here's Naylor. One and 0. He goes around 1-1. Three and 1 on Naylor. Naylor is the one who hit the blooper to center field. That set it all in motion. It was initially called a inning-ending double play as Ramirez reigns too far off of second base, and Hicks just flipped it to Cabrera. The umpires huddled around. Didn't seem as if Francona called for a challenge, and then they sent it back to New York to take a look, and it was overturned. And then the Guardians ended up scoring 2 in that inning as Naylor works a walk.
Guardians getting their second look at Clark Schmidt. I mentioned in the scouting report he's done a decent job first time through the lineup, but the batting average elevated to 357 the second time through.
Jimenez takes a strike.
try to navigate a lineup a few times at this level. There's got to be some different looks. And you watch Clark Schmidt, it's break a ball for a strike, you get ahead 0-1, and then it's a lot of cutters and sweepers into the lefties.
0-2. Well, there's certainly no urgency now because the return of Rodon and Severino doesn't seem like it's tomorrow or next week. It's going to be a bit, maybe the beginning of May. So Herman and Schmidt will have a chance to get out of this. Grounded up the middle, Volpe steps on the back, fires to first for an inning-ending double play. 6-6-3 double play, but the home run by Rosario gives the Guardians a 3-0 lead.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and I want to share with you the role that diabetes has had in my family. I lost my grandmother at the early age of 64 due to complications with diabetes. She was warm, generous, and a constant encouragement for me to follow my heart. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis, or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkbylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
In America, millions of people, including children, are facing hunger. I only have $10 in my checking account, but it will be okay. I at least have food because of this pantry. Donna from Washington. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Donna. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Aaron Judge leads off the 4th inning. We'll take a look at stats with Lowe's. During his 44-game on-base streak, hitting .373, 17 homers, 29 ribbies, on-base percentage of .510. Struck out in the 1st inning.
We'll see if Judge can make any adjustments. He clearly looked like he was having trouble with off-speed in the first at-bat. Better take right there in an 87-mile-an-hour cutter down and away.
And John, you said this earlier. I mean, every team scouts every minor league team as well. So the Yankees have a scouting report on Battenfield from their farm system. That one's driven out into right field. Brennan on the run, and he'll make the play for the first out, but you really don't get a sense until you see how his pitches move and the pitch shapes and things like that. So you know, well, he throws a fastball 92, how does it play?
Yeah, and you know, we get the scouting reports as well, and I mentioned he was a kitchen sink type guy, a lot of curveball, sliders, cutters, but you watch the first time through the lineup, there are a lot of swing and miss at some breaking balls that it looked like they should have been centered, so there's clearly deception there.
Rizzo wraps one to right field. Brennan is back and makes the play. 2 away.
Now batting for the Yankees, the right fielder, Giancarlo Stanton.
Yankees have only 1 hit in this game, a leadoff double off the wall by Anthony Volpe. That was in the first inning. 11 in a row retired since then. Let's take a look at the Yankee leaders brought to you by Citizens Made Ready. All-time home run list. Giancarlo Stanton, 39th place with 114. Curtis Granderson next up with 115. 2-1 on Stanton. Two. Foul back. Waves at that pitch. 12 Yankees in a row retired by Battenfield. 1, 2, 3 in the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 3-0 Cleveland.
The pepperoni on Panera's new toasted baguette is sliced a little thicker to hold more flavor. So when fresh mozzarella melts over it, that detail will be big. New toasted baguettes. Cater your next event with Panera.
1, 2, ding 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 tiki 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 ow ding 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 ding. Right now.
Receive a $7,500.
Cancer knows no boundaries, doesn't care about zip codes, income, age, and neither do we. As New York's most experienced cancer team, Northwell's nationally recognized hospitals and specialists are in your neighborhood. Because there should be no boundaries when it comes to saving his life, her life, their life, your life. When we raise access to cancer care, we raise everyone. Northwell Cancer Institute. Raise health.
Well, suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic caps, t-shirts, collectibles, and more. Gear up with your Yankees at MLBshop.com. Josh Bell leads off at an RBI single through the right side of the infield in the first inning, his fourth ribby of the year. And a strike from Schmidt. Rubber game of this three-game set. Yankees beat up on the Guardians last night, 11-2. They're trailing this one 3-0. Right off the hands and fouled off.
Well, Clark Schmidt trying to figure out who he is as a starting pitcher. I love these three pitches to Bell. Backdoor curveball for a strike. Backdoor curveball for another strike. And then he runs the fastball in on his hands using both sides of the plate. Sweeper trying to go for the swing and a miss. If you're a left-handed hitter who he's been having trouble with this year, a lot of pitches moving in on your hands. I'd like to see Smith's doing a better job on the outer half. Here we go. Good try there with the changeup. Get hitters uncomfortable thinking about both sides of the plate.
And the 1-2. Grounded to right. Cab. Kind of Falefa across the diamond. One away here in the fourth. Well, there's certainly the haves and the have-nots in the rotation. Cole, Cortez, and Brito, 7-0 with a 1.59 ERA. And Herman and Schmidt, they've struggled, 0-4 with a 7.79 ERA. And they've allowed all the home runs by Yankee starters this year. But despite those struggles, Yankees have gotten off to a good start at 7-4 and trying to win their fourth straight series.
If you think about it from a personal standpoint for Clark Schmidt, a starting pitcher in the minor leagues, made it up to the big leagues, pitching mostly out of the pen. Now he gets this chance, and it looks like it might be an extended chance. So there is a sense of urgency to figure it out and take advantage of this opportunity that has presented itself early this year.
Well, assuming that Rodon and Severino get back, which is the assumption. Well, there's three guys that are going to be battling for one spot, and this is a production business. Who's going to pitch better, Brito, Herman, or Schmidt? Because Montas, if he comes back, it's not going to be before September. So somebody's going to get a real nice run in the big leagues. That one's dunked in front of Cordero for a base hit. Brennan picks up a single. So here's Miles Straw. He grounded out to short. That was in the second. And a strike. Oh, 0-2. Still 0-2. The Guardians have tomorrow off, so they could really empty their bullpen today. The Yankees start a 4-game set against the Minnesota Twins at the stadium tomorrow night. Strike 3. Straw down looking. And he looks at Guccione, didn't like the call.
Yeah, this isn't going to be Clark Schmidt's best breaking ball. You see Higgy has to reach all the way back to the inside corner, but he gets the call. That is a backup sweeper.
I think what threw Straw is that Higgy had to move so much, but it was a strike. It was in the strike zone, but Higgy moved about 17 inches. Fouled away. Sometimes that kind of movement throws an umpire, but it didn't throw Guccione. Ball was over the plate. He called it a strike.
I think those days are over, Michael. Right? Remember back in the day, if a catcher had to move and it didn't look good, they would call it a ball. Now, if it registers a strike, they get graded, these umpires, every night on their performance. And you watch Higgy all the way away, has to reach across the plate. Doesn't look good, but it was a strike.
One and two. Gallagher lined out to right field in the second inning, so he's 0 for 1. Gallagher, Zunino, and Valoria, the three catchers carried by the Guardians. Marinaccio warming for the Yankees. Schmidt about to throw his 70th pitch. Two and two. Fouled away. Swing and a miss. Gallagher down on strikes. No runs, a hit, no errors, and one man left on base. We played 4-3-0 Cleveland.
Current eligible Cadillac lessees get this low mileage lease on this 2023 Cadillac XT4 for around $379 per month. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
In-play betting, because a lot can happen during 9 innings. You can wager on the run line, game props, player props, totals, and the money line. Bet365 is the world's favorite sports book for many reasons. In-play betting is just one of them.
Find out where that road leads. Take on any challenge. When you have the #1 mass market brand and dependability, you stop thinking about what you can't do. Start doing what you never thought possible. Kia, movement that inspires.
Franchy Cordero leads off. Let's check out the Genesis hitter scouting report, John.
Well, if you're a Yankee fan, you got to be asking, is this real? Cordero has been a prospect who's been up and down, but maybe he's figured it out. And an RBI leader with the Yankees with 10, and has been doing damage on right-handed breaking balls moving in. You should see plenty of those from Battenfield.
Also, Franchy is his given name. It's not a nickname. He told Brandon Cuddy of The Athletic, it was a hot shot grabbed by Jimenez, took a base hit away from Cordero. He told Brandon Cuddy that his father's name is Frankie, and he didn't want to name him Frankie Jr., so he just called him, they named him Franchy. And that is his given name. Hit the ball well there, but the Yankees have gone down 13 in a row against Battenfield. Cabrera takes a strike.
Both of these bullpens, both for Cleveland and New York, are well rested, but Terry Francona has got to be ecstatic on what he has gotten from his rookie starting pitcher here, pitching into the 5th, quickly ahead of Cabrera, 0-2, filling up the strike zone with off-speed pitches.
1-2. And finally, the Yankees get another base hit after 13 in a row retired. Cabrera picks up a one-out single here in the fifth.
Mentioned all the breaking balls that Battenfield has been throwing, and that was a fastball. And Cabrera didn't miss it. Right on time, line drive through the hole.
Outside to Connor Falefa. Big cut, 1-1. Now I don't want to rush time, John, but I can't wait for the postgame show. I want to hear what the umpires told Aaron Boone about what happened in the first inning with the challenge. He was obviously red hot. Line drive and off the glove of a diving Rosario and into left field for base hit for Connor Falefa. So first and second, one man out.
Well, you're starting to see the swings get better and better. And again, another fastball. Back-to-back New York Yankee hitters have not missed. The breaking ball has been a problem. The fastball laying out some line drives.
Higashioka takes up and in. 1-0. Kyle has a home run and a ribby this year. He's up there as a tying run right now in the top of the fifth. Couldn't hold up. 1-1.
The first sign of trouble here in the fifth inning for Battenfield, so that Cleveland bullpen will be some scurrying out there.
Fly ball deep center field, Straw back, still back, turning, and it's off the wall. Cabrera scores. IKF will go to third, and the throw hits the umpire Larry Vanover, and that will allow IKF to score, and Higashioka to move to second, and it's 3-2 Guardians.
Well, that is scary right there. Hopefully Larry's all right.
Looks like it got him on the left side of the face. That's where the other umpires are looking. The athletic trainer from the Indians out there. Looks like he's going to leave the field. How often do you see that, John?
Oh, that is scary. Larry's been doing it a long time at this level. Hopefully he's all right. There's a swing from Higgy driving it to center field. Straw does a nice job playing it off the wall. The relay throw.
Hicks takes outside. Not quite sure how that would be scored. Can't be an error on anybody. It's only one ribby for Higashioka because ICAF was being held at third and only scored when the ball hit Mantle. Nice backhanded play by Rosario. Boy, can he pick it. Took a base hit away from Hicks.
Yeah, you're starting to see some rockets now hit off the battlefield, but a nice play from Rosario. The backhand, we saw this earlier as well from him. And the accurate throw.
Well, Terry Francona sees what you see, John. He's going to take the ball from Battenfield. Yankees starting to catch on to the young right-hander who gets a nice hand from the crowd here at Progressive Field. So with the tying run at second base in the top of the fifth, Guardians go to the bullpen.
USAA? Yeah. They have awesome rates on coverage for our car, home, and stuff. She has a lot of stuff.
Dad.
A lot of cool stuff, honey. But USAA also has banking, credit cards, and loans. Plus advice and other perks.
Only for emergencies. Thanks, Mom.
And it's all in one spot. So we know she's all set because we've got USAA.
USAA, more than you might think, for the military community and their families.
Hey, Dad. I got an A in my book report. And I scored a goal on Ashley.
That's cool.
And I went for a walk in the woods, and I didn't get a single flea or tick on me.
You are just the best.
Probably because of that flea and tick medicine you've been ordering from Chewy.
We are very proud of you.
You never stop surprising us, Bailey.
Right? I'm great.
You are great.
I wonder if Bailey's ever done a book report.
Be nice to your sister.
What flea bit him?
Pets aren't just pets. They're more. This flea and tick season, trust America's #1 pet pharmacy, Chewy.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Tucson with America's best warranty. Lease a Tucson for $249 a month or get 0% APR for 48 months or $750 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Well, the Yes app is more ways to watch and experience live Yankees, Nets, and Liberty games. More ways to interact with family and friends with Yes Watch Party, and more ways to win big cash prizes with Yes Pick and Play games. For the best seat in the house, download the Yes app now. And direct-to-consumer also available for those that are not part of the cable bundle. Nick Sandlin comes on, and he will face Anthony Volpe with a runner at second. That's a tying run. Guardians lead 3-2.
Just thinking how much this game has changed through the years. You have a young right-hander out there with 2 outs in the 5th inning. Terry Francona gets him, so now he's not in line for the win.
Grounded left side, grabbed by Ramirez, and he gets Volpe for the final out. But the Yankees get 2 runs back on 3 hits and 1 man left. We're halfway through. It's 3-2 Guardians.
How do you measure greatness? Is it pulling off feats that haven't been seen in generations? Or is it doing the little things
The memory of a lifetime.
that make all the difference?
Absolutely amazing.
Hi, I'm Peyton Manning, and I'm partnering with the American Red Cross this year to tackle blood shortages. Giving blood's important because every 2 seconds, someone actually needs blood, and unfortunately, only like 3% of the U.S. population donates. So we have to step up to give and to make sure there's plenty of blood available for those in need. Visit redcrossblood.org to get in the game and make an appointment to give.
Kick it up a notch like we ain't stopping now, we going all night. I'm on another level, Claxton, let's go!
Aaron Judge, case closed.
Mikel Bridges, major elevation. Yeah, we about to turn it up.
Bases loaded. Stanton, big win for the Yankees. Cole, swing and a miss, got him. A 1-2-3 inning. See ya! A walk-off home run by Aaron Judge.
Victory at the buzzer. We gonna turn it up. We gonna see what's up.
Well, this Saturday, watch Mikal Bridges and the Brooklyn Nets begin their first-round playoff series against James Harden, Joel Embiid, and the Philadelphia 76ers. Coverage begins at 1 p.m. on My 9, then streaming on the S app. Audi scoreboard 3-2 Guardians. So Battenfield gets his first Major League appearance out of the way, first Major League start. He will not get credit if the Guardians hold on with the victory, but the Yankees obviously have many more innings to get that run back, and now they turn to Ron Marinaccio, ending Schmidt's day at 4 innings.
Well, the first we're going to see Marinaccio in this series be his 5th game. The ERA very impressive, off to a good start with the 2 walks and the 9 strikeouts.
That'll be the top of the order against the Yankee right-hander. And a strike. He checks his swing, 1-1. One and 2 on Kwan. Kwan started the first inning off with a bloop single that Hicks could not corral. Got a good jump, but hit off the heel of his glove. And then flied out to Hicks in the second. So the count full. Top of the order for the Guardians. Just missed outside.
It's a changeup, bread and butter pitch for Marinaccio, but he just misses off the plate. And Kwan, who has good bat to ball skills, also great plate discipline.
So here is Rosario, a home run in the 3rd inning. That's the difference in this game right now. That was the 3rd run for the Guardians.
And we'll take a look back in the 3rd inning. Fastball middle of the plate. You see the approach, right center field. Able to sneak it out of here.
Keeping Kwan close.
You saw that approach from Rosario going the other way. There is a huge hole between 1st and 2nd. With Anthony Rizzo holding Kwan, I mean, a weak ground ball is going to be able to get into right field if he keeps that same approach.
Oh and 2. All right, so we have some clarity on how that 5th inning is being scored. It's a single and an RBI for Higashioka, and then an E4. An unfortunate error for Jimenez because his throw hit Vanover, and that allowed IKF to score and Higashioka to move to second. That's a tough error. Three-two Guardians, bottom of the fifth inning. Rosario with 5 foul balls this at bat. Line drive. Oh, what a play by Kiner Falefa. Quick reaction to the glove side. He took a base hit away from Rosario.
Well, this is why they call it the hot corner. It's all about reactions and first steps. Right off the bat, full extension, nice play.
What a pick-me-up for Marinaccio. Remember, IKF won a Gold Glove with the Texas Rangers playing third base. Here's Ramirez. Fouled away. Ramirez a bloop double inside the left field line in the first and grounded to Rizzo in the third.
Marinaccio really doing a nice job varying his times and his delivery to home plate, keeping Kwan kind of on his heels over at first base. Quick to the plate and varying his times.
Pitch out. Snap throw to first. Kwan back. Now, I'm not certain, was there a timeout call there? Because the step off is the second disconnect, so he might not have another throw to first unless he gets Kwan. No need to worry about that as the ball gets by Higashioka, allowing Kwan to go to second.
It was a little slide step from Marinaccio with a changeup. And the quick delivery just yanks it down and in. Not much of a play for Higgy behind the plate.
Two. 3-2. He's been a Yankee killer his whole career. Check swing. And it'll be a walk. First and second for Naylor. Matt Blake comes out and talks with Marinaccio. break that conference up. Guardians 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. The Yankees 2-4-0. Guardians have runners on first and second with 1 man out, and the cleanup hitter, Naylor at the plate. Big cut. 0-1.
Well, if you're Marinaccio here, you got to take care of Naylor at the plate. First pitch changeup, big swing right over the top. You also have a lot of speed out on the bases. Kwan at second, Ramirez at first. You got to pay attention.
So quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Missed outside, 1-2. Naylor hit the ball that started all the controversy in the first inning. Three bloopers into center field in the first inning, and the catch probabilities on those, it was 70% for the first hit by Kwan, 75% for the Rosario one that resulted in a catch, and then 55% for the Naylor blooper. The call that was overturned. Fouled away. And the pitch, way outside. They are making Marinaccio work.
You always have the feeling Marinaccio is pitching to set up his changeup, his best off-speed pitch. It's a fastball that missed well off the plate.
Swing and a miss, got him. Got him with the fastball, 2 away.
Well, when you see a couple of changeups during an at-bat, start sitting on it a little bit, you'll be able to get 95 miles an hour right by him up in the zone. Maybe not up and in where he wanted it, but still at the same effect.
Foul back by Jimenez. Kwan's at second, Ramirez is at first. 2 men down, bottom of the 5th. 1-1. So 4 innings for the starter Clark Schmidt, victimized by a strange decision on a challenge in the first inning, ended up giving up 2 runs, then the home run to Rosario. And the pitch. Waved it, that one, 2-2. Tied him up.
No fastball count, just the location is perfect up and in.
Blocked by Higashioka. So 3-2. The runners will go with 2 outs. Now Michael King is up. Runners go. Swing and a miss. Jimenez down on strikes. So Marinaccio works around the 2 walks. Guardian strand 2. We go to the 6th. 3-2 Cleveland.
If Jimmy John's new caprese salami pesto was really Italian, it would have
fresh mozzarella, balsamic glaze.
Who are you?
Stevie. We met at Jimmy John's.
Same name.
Same sandwich order?
No.
Jimmy John's new caprese salami pesto.
DirecTV is a leader in sports, but Jeff doesn't have DirecTV, so he's watching baseball at his weird neighbor's house.
He's all right.
I love watching the game with you.
Call 1-800-DirecTV to guarantee your price for 2 years.
Bravo! You use the Quicksilver card from Capital One with no annual fee and unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere. That makes you the hero of every purchase. What's in your wallet?
Oh, that's the new DQ Backyard Bacon Ranch Signature Stack Burger with house-made Hidden Valley Ranch. You're taking this backyard thing really seriously. Oh, I get it. It's a tasty-looking burger. DQ, happy tastes good.
Deliver yourself. The Audi Q5.
Everybody, Bob Lorenz with your Audi update. Let's check the Astros at the Pirates, wrapping up a series in top of the 7th. Alex Bregman with 2 aboard, launches that fastball over the wall and left and into the seats for Bregman, his 2nd homer of the season. That increased the Astros lead from 2-0 to 5-0. That's where they stand in the 8th, guys.
Thank you, Bob. We go to the 6th inning. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard. Guardians 3, the Yankees 2. And Aaron Judge will start it off. It'll be Judge, Rizzo, and Stanton, 2, 3, and 4 against Nick Sandlin, who got Volpe in the 5th inning with the tying run at second base. Yankees down by 1. There's the strike. Judge 0 for 2. Comes into the game with a 44-game on-base streak. Everyone but the Guardians thought that was a strike. And the pitch. 3-1 on Judge.
You watch Sandlin and his delivery, a little low 3/4. Now Aaron Judge has had 4 looks at that arm angle.
And a walk. 45 straight games that he has reached base safely. Let's go around the majors. Ohtani continues to deal. 2-0. 0.47 ERA. 24 strikeouts in 19 innings this season. Ian Happ signed a 3-year, $61 million extension today with the Cubs. He was an all-star last year. And Ryan Mountcastle, what a night. 9 ribbies last night against Oakland ties to franchise record, held by Eddie Murray and Jim Gentile. 9 ribbies, huh?
Well, he conquered that left field wall.
Mm-hmm.
A little frustrated when the Yankees were in town. A couple of deep fly balls didn't make it out.
This could be 2. There's 1. And there's 2. 4-6-3 double play off the bat of Rizzo.
Well, the Guardians, an excellent defensive club. catch the ball, they put it in play, they run the bases. Routine 4-6-3 there.
So 45 game on base streak. DiMaggio first. That's the longest one since 1940. And then Jeter and A-Rod. One to Stanton. 1-1. One and two. King continuing to throw. Two and two. Missed the outside corner, and the count is full on Stanton. Stanton's grounded to second and struck out. 3-2 Guardians. We're in the sixth. Swing and a miss. Stanton down on strikes. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the sixth.
One day you might realize you don't have to do things the way you've always done them. Nope. And that's when you know you're a member. Because when you're with Amex, it's never a question of if you're going to level up. It's when.
Arby's new loaded fries have lots of friends. Meat bacon, the fun one. Crispy chicken, the silly one. Cheddar, the cozy one. And then a new sauce drizzles in like, what's up, loaded fries? Arby's, we have the meat.
This BMW XM is a beast. So much power. V8 and electric. The way it takes all corners. I'm literally speechless. So luxurious, but so much power.
Seems like you're talking okay.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
He's like the opposite of speechless.
No words. The way it accelerates. So quick.
You're kind of saying a lot of words.
There's just nothing to say. He's speechful. I'm at a loss for words.
Electrified plug-in hybrid meets extreme performance meets limitless luxury. Only in the BMW XM.
One out, top of the first. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three.
Hey, Steve, you just got a nice win on FanDuel, and it's just the top of the first. How do you feel?
All those nights of studying film really paid off.
You mean watching baseball?
That's correct.
Whether you want to bet a hit in the first or a homer in the ninth, every at-bat is a chance to win big on FanDuel. New customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed.
Well, let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. In the first inning, we had it on Aaron Hicks, and boy, was that a selection. Kwan. That was the first batter. Then Rosario. Hicks makes the play. And then this one, off the bat of Naylor, that was originally scored and out on the field. And then for some strange reason, they allowed the Guardians to challenge well after the 15-second time limit. It was overturned. Eventually, 2 runs ended up scoring, and that's where we are right now. 2 runs in the first, the home run in the third, 2 runs for the Yankees in the fifth, and the Montefiore-Einstein scoreboard shows the Guardians up 3-2. Michael King comes on after Marinaccio threw a lot of pitches in that fifth inning.
Yeah, the last time we saw Michael King Saturday in Baltimore, 2 scoreless innings, and looked back to his old self during that outing. Although the velocity's still down a little bit, 2 quality innings in Baltimore.
Now, I've got to tell the story because I'm proud to be John Flaherty's colleague and friend, but never more so proud than before the game today. John and I were standing outside the booth here talking with our producer, Troy Benjamin, and a gentleman walks out of the other booth, turns around, says, "John, is that you?" And it was the former umpire, John Hirschbeck. really likable guy. And he came over to John, gave him this big handshake. And then he looked at me and he looked at Troy and said, this guy's one of the best people I've ever dealt with in Major League Baseball. One of the best.
And you were shocked. You were shocked to hear that.
Well, best is strong. I mean, I know you're a great guy, but wow, he really was effusive. He really liked you a lot.
We got along well. I miss the interactions with the home plate umpires, especially when you're back behind the plate and you're talking about strike zone, all of that. And one of the first things I asked him, I said, how's your neck? Because we had always commiserated about having some neck issues with the weight of the mask and all that. It was great to see him. He's enjoying retirement. And he looked great.
Then he told the great Paul O'Neill story. He's an umpire who did not dislike Paul. And he said that Paul always helped out with the charity he runs. And one day he brought a home plate into the umpire's room before a game as Bell grounds to first. And Paul had gotten it signed by all the Yankees so that John could auction it off at his charity dinner. But because Paul couldn't let it just go, and Hirschbeck was known as a pitcher's umpire.
Yeah, he liked to raise his right hand and call strikes.
So he had Paul had a regular size home plate, and then he had a fold out and said, and John Hirschbeck's home plate, because John gave you a little in the middle, you know, off the corners,
very
inside
favorable.
outside.
Yes.
And then John said, John Hirschbeck, he said, yeah, you can't find a pitcher that dislikes me. Good guy.
Speaking of Paul O'Neill, you get to work with a pro the next couple of days, huh?
That's right, Paul.
Slum it with me for 6 games on the road. Now you get to work with a real professional.
Listen, Hirschbeck convinced me you're the best of the best. 2-1. Two-1. 2-2. Now, Meredith, just a developing story over the 3 days here. You've got some information on Nate the Bat Boy.
I do indeed. Lovely gentleman. Obviously, a lot of people talking about the hair. You had mentioned it. It was in the New York Post. It was hard to miss it at this point. But, Michael, you might have done a good thing for young Nate. His band, Open Doors, is getting a lot of feedback, a lot of love on social media. And he told me he thinks now that they have booked a gig in Brooklyn in May.
How great is that?
So how awesome is that? And the other day when he decided to pull his hair back, or kind of tuck it under the helmet, that was the doing of Anthony Rizzo. Said, hey, have a little fun with this. Have a little fun with this. Change the shoes, pull the hair back. And everybody in that dugout was loving it as well. But Michael, you know, May's just around the corner. Maybe we can go to that show.
Let's do it. I'd love to see Nate. Nate's a drummer, and his band is the Open Doors.
Well, Jack Curry is the music connoisseur at the Yes Network, right? He's got to give us a full evaluation of that band, what they're all about.
There's a ground ball to first. Rizzo's there, and he flips to King. Nice strong inning for Michael King as he retires the Guardians. being sent out by Rocco Baldelli. Trevor Stephan. Next up, out of the bullpen for the Guardians. Wow, this is the seventh game. Seventh game in game 13.
He signed a 4-year contract on opening day, so Guardians getting their money's worth early.
Four years, $10 million deal.
Rule 5 pick from the Yankees. 2020.
That's amazing value for an important arm out of the bullpen. One. 2-1 on Cordero. That one's crushed into center field. There it goes. Cordero does it again. He ties the game at 3.
Well, Aaron Boone talks about it all the time. Easy power from the left side. That was an absolute blast all the way into the Yankee bullpen. Competition for at-bats.
Three game. Cabrera takes a strike. 4th home run. 11th ribby. Both numbers lead the Yanks. He hit .443 with 2 home runs in spring training for the Orioles. And they released him. The Yankees jumped on it. Now, the Yankees and the Orioles went after him during the offseason. And he ended up signing with the Orioles because he felt there was a better chance of sticking with the big club. How ironic, he didn't, and now he's sticking with the Yankees and making an impression.
Well, I mentioned in our hitter scatter report, is this guy for real if you're a Yankee fan? Because he has had all of this talent and potential, but just hasn't fulfilled it. Maybe this is his time, because that is as simple of a swing as you can have, which provides plenty of power.
Down goes Cabrera, 1 away.
Another look from the side. The front foot gets down, and the bat speed is evident as that barrel explodes through the zone. Big boys like it.
And Wandy loves it. Conifalefa takes outside, 1-0. Two and 0. There's a strike, 2-1. Conifalefa is 1 for 2 with a run scored. He's made a great play on a hard line drive to the glove side at third base today as well. 3-1. We told you at the start, DJ LeMahieu Some tightness in his quad, so he's listed as day-to-day. That's why IKF's at third today. So the count is full at 3-2. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Yankees 3 and the Guardians 3. Ground ball to second. Jimenez gets Canafalefa. 2 away.
And back down for New York. That's your Kyle Higashioka.
Here's Kyle Higashioka. Hit one off the wall in center field in the 5th inning. Didn't look like it was going to carry that far. Almost left the yard for a 3-run home run. He got a ribby, and then the relay throw home hit the crew chief, who was the second base umpire today, Larry Vanover, the side of the head. He had to leave the game. The ball got away. That allowed the second run to score and allowed Higashioka to get to second. So the umpire is working with a 3-man crew now, as Vanover headed to the umpire's room. One popped up, shallow center. Coming on is Straw, and he'll make the play for the final out. But Franchi goes yard in a loud, authoritative blast. And when it came down, the game was tied at 3. It's time for the stretch here in Cleveland.
This is the 2023 Nissan Pathfinder and Rogue. With a range of drive modes and intelligent off-road technology, you can take a Sunday stroll in the least basic of places. The 2023 Nissan family of SUVs. Anything but basic.
Get a low $299 per month lease, or get 0% financing for 36 months on Rogue.
Does your internet bill make you anxious? Not me. I'm on T-Mobile Home Internet. They have price lock guarantee. That means they'll never raise your internet rate. I sleep like a baby and just look at my hair. Get 5G home internet for just $50 a month. And just look at that shine.
The most successful brain surgeries start before you enter the operating room. With a 3D model of your brain, we rehearse your exact procedure from every possible angle, so we can deliver the highest survival rates in the country. At NYU Langone, the nation's #1 hospital for neurology and neurosurgery.
Time for your Ford Studio Update. Bob and Jack with you. Coming up on the postgame later, we'll go over all the umpire challenge craziness of the first inning, but the Yankees didn't let it derail them.
No, they did not. It would be a rewarding win for the Yankees to come back and win this game after you basically had a call go against you for no reason that has been explained yet. But Franchi Cordero says, I'm not going to explain anything except how I hit the ball out of the ballpark. 4 homers in 7 games. Bob, it took him till his 86th game to hit his 4th last year.
A lot coming up on the postgame. See you then.
All right, thanks, guys. 3-5-0 for the Yanks, 3-6-1 for the Guardians. Schmidt lasted 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. Cordero, we just saw his home run. Peyton Battenfield, his major league debut, lasted 2 outs into the 5th. And Rosario, 1 for 3, a solo home run. And Aaron Boone was ejected in the first inning for what Bob and Jack were just talking about, an inexplicable challenge that seemed to be initiated by the umpires and not by the Guardians dugout. King in for a second inning of work. Gallagher leads off, and the first pitch is a strike. 9-1-2 in the Guardians' order. And a strike. We'll have to do some jumping jacks. Now Wandy Proth is up. And down goes Gallagher. One away. Then back to the top of the order, and Stephen Kwan.
Michael King does such a great job closing up his delivery, gives him a little bit of deception and life up in the zone.
You mentioned Yankee pitchers have done a good job coming into this game, allowing only 30 runs. And that's the fewest they've allowed in the first 11 games of the season. You have to go all the way back to 1964 when they allowed 27 in the first 11 games of the year. And just 3 so far in this one. Two and one. Grounded to Rizzo. 2 away.
That's a big out right there for Michael King. Kwan and his speed in a tie game would cause some issues here in the 7th inning, and the Guardians very comfortable playing these close games. Don't have a powerful lineup that find ways to win games late.
And a strike. One and one. Still 1 and 2 on Rosario. Rosario whooped to Hicks in the first for the first out of the inning. Then a home run in the 3rd. Then he lined out sharply to IKF in the 5th. Grounded up the middle. Volpe. And King. Another 3 up, 3 down inning. 6 in a row for the Yankee right-hander. We go to the 8th.
The challenges our planet's animals are facing sometimes feel a bit heavy.
The animals haven't eaten in a day, 2 days. They haven't drank anything. They're cold. They're dehydrated.
As soon as we started our descent, everywhere I could see was mud. Just absolutely mud.
The country has been in prolonged drought for so long. It was like a tinderbox waiting to go up.
Okay, very heavy. Each of us wants to be part of the solution, and we can be. Remember that there's good happening right now. At home.
All right, we were able to get into your unit, and we have all 4 of your cats. So,
okay.
And around the world. For any animal in any disaster. So let's focus on that, right? Be part of the solution, one rescue at a time. Search ifa.org/disaster ready.
100% of families battling cancer need hope. That's why my family and I established the Anthony Rizzo Family Foundation. Our mission is to provide both financial and emotional support to families facing a pediatric cancer diagnosis. We provide direct grants to families to pay everyday household expenses, as well as one-of-a-kind experiences so children can look back on their treatment and have something to smile about. Please join us in our fight to help us knock cancer out of the park.
Time for the Audi Electric Moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local Tri-State Audi dealer today. We go back to 1992. My partner John Flaherty makes his Major League debut. And in that game, he's behind the plate, and you catch a no-hitter, John. Please tell us more.
Caught a no-hitter and lost, if you can believe that. First Major League game. Hit a double my first at bat. Caught Matt Young. Kenny Lofton had a good day stealing bases, couple of walks.
James Karinchak takes over. Now it's not the way no-hitters are judged. It's not considered no-hitter. It has to be 9 innings of a game that you win. But he threw 8 innings of no-hit ball.
We were speaking of Major League umpires the other day before with John Hirschbeck. The home plate umpire that day was Richie Garcia, veteran umpire. And I'll never forget, I went back behind the plate and he asked me how I was doing. I said, I'm so nervous. I don't even know if I could throw the ball back to the pitcher. And he put his arm on my right shoulder and he said, we'll get through this together, kid. It just relaxed me right away. I was able to get through it.
Were your framing skills not up to snuff? Because 7 walks from Matt Young.
Matt Young could not throw the ball to first base. First of all, he didn't have a pickoff move. He threw hard. He had a great slider, but control was not his thing. Walked Kenny Lofton to lead off the game. He stole second. He stole third. Ground ball. 1-0.
Wow.
Ended up losing 2-1.
What a debut. 1-2. 2-2 on Hicks. Yeah, Lofton had 4 stolen bases in that game. And that was not at this ballpark. That was at the old Municipal Stadium on the water, which is now where the Cleveland Browns' new stadium is. Well, not so new anymore. That place was tough. I mean, you'd got 20,000 people there, and it was empty because it held 85,000 people. Two and two. Strike 3. Hicks down looking. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Montefiore, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Here's Anthony Volpe. Doubled off the wall on left to lead off the game. Then a fly ball center and a ground ball to third. First time leading off of the big leagues.
Well, we saw Karinchak in the first game of this series showing a lot of emotion coming off the mound after striking out Giancarlo Stanton. We saw it. He's got good stuff. Fastball, velocity up, and a big 12-6 curveball.
That stranded a runner on third. Gleyber Torres led off with a triple. And the heart of the order coming up. And Karinchak stranded that runner at third base. High fly ball, left field. Now, Terry Francona, a very traditional manager, sometimes is not totally amused by Karinchak's demonstrative nature on the mound, but on Monday, John, they had no problem with it because it was a legitimate great job that he did to not let that runner score.
Yeah, you think of the leadoff triple by Gleyber Torres in that 8th inning, and then he got judged to pop up on a check swing and then a strikeout of Rizzo and Stanton. And he let it fly after that inning.
1-0 on Judge. Judge walked in the 6th inning, and that extended his on-base streak to 45 straight games, obviously dating back to last year. 2-0. Grew up a Yankee fan in Newburgh, New York. Fly ball, right field, deep. Going back is Brennan on the track. It's a foul ball. You know, on Karen Check's Monday celebration, Francona said, I know there's times I'm probably showing my age, and I think, okay, maybe we should tone it down, but I actually felt like doing it too. It was pretty exciting. When it's pure joy, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. High fly ball, deep center, Straw back, still back, on the track, and in front of the wall, he makes the play for the final out of the inning. The Yankees go down in order, 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 8th.
If Jimmy John's new caprese salami pesto was really Italian, it would have
fresh mozzarella, balsamic glaze.
Who are you?
Stevie. We met at Jimmy John's.
Same name.
Same sandwich order?
No.
Jimmy John's new caprese salami pesto.
When the prize is our future. Every day is a match of our lives. I am Pilo Gomez. In all my years of playing around the world, I have never seen a brighter soul than Kiara's. Watching her move with such power and grace, you would never know what it took for her to be here. Together with her world-class team, Kiara triumphed over a rare cancer that nearly stole her future as a dancer. She is an inspiration for any challenge we face. When we unite around one purpose and drive towards one goal, that is when we win.
Well, here's a look at what the run total was for our game when it started, courtesy of FanDuel. And the numbers can change with every pitch, so now let's see what the run total is at this very moment. Six runs on the board, 3 for the Guardians, 3 for the Yankees as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning on the Hyundai scoreboard. And Wandy Peralta, the 4th Yankee pitcher. Schmidt started, Marinaccio an inning, King 2 innings. So Ramirez, Naylor, and Jimenez against the Yankees' lone lefty out of the bullpen. And a strike from Peralta.
Ramirez, a switch hitter, moves over to the right side. His numbers early on this year pretty even across the board, whether he's hitting left-handed or right-handed.
Grounded and bobbled by IKF. And Ramirez will reach on the E5.
Well, IKF made a great play on a line drive earlier in the game, and this just eats him up. Going to his left.
So here is Josh Naylor. Can the Yankees turn 2? There's 1. And there's 2. So Peralta picks up Kiner-Falefa by getting the ground ball double play.
Left on left, Naylor, routine ground ball to second. That is a tailor-made double play, and IKF at third base takes a sigh of relief.
Here is Jimenez. 0 for 3 today with a couple of strikeouts and a ground ball double play. 0-1. Quickly 0-2. The closer, Emmanuel Clase, is warming for the Guardians.
Mendez a good all-around hitter, but he really hangs in there against left-handed pitching. 6 for 12 early on this year against left-handers.
You want to look ahead to the 9th inning for the Yankees. You have Rizzo, Stanton, and Cordero coming up. Two and two on the Guardian second baseman. Still 2-2. Just got a piece to stay alive. Guardians scored 2 in the first, 1 in the third, take a 3-0 lead. Yankees scored 2 in the fifth, make it 3-2, and then the home run by Cordero in the seventh. And that's where we are at 3-3, bottom of the eighth. Popped up, shallow left, Volpe back. Volpe makes the play, and that'll do it in the eighth. No runs, no hits, 1 error because of the double play, nobody left. Let's take this baby to the 9th inning.
My name's Jorge Gaviria, and this is my business, Hacienda. I chose my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. And with no preset spending limit, my purchasing power adapts to my business needs. What's in your wallet?
Let's eat, y'all, y'all. Let's eat, y'all, y'all. Let's see if you can keep up with the beat, y'all, y'all. Take a seat, y'all, y'all. Time to feast, y'all, y'all. Then let's see what you can really do for me, y'all, y'all. Crab legs, duck eggs, bon appetit, y'all, y'all.
It's amazing to think that my grandmother started Bigelow Tea right here in New York. And today, we're still a family company. And you have to remember, tea, that's all we do. So every cup counts. That means never compromising. My family won't let that happen. And our extended family, they give their all every single day. And our community, well, they expect that.
I want a cup of Bigelow Tea to be a moment just for you. That's what I hope for.
At Ace, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, and Steel. No warehouse store can match the convenience of your locally owned neighborhood Ace. So stop on by. You can also order online for curbside pickup or get what you need delivered today. Around the block, what you need in stock with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Well, you're not going to want to miss one of the hottest Yankee Stadium giveaways of the season. Friday, April 14th, it's Tino Martinez bobblehead night. And the first 18,000 guests will get a Tino Martinez bobblehead, courtesy of Bank of America. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. Well, nice crowd, biggest crowd of the series, 23,614 here at Progressive Field, and they're watching a tie game going into the 9th inning. And Terry Francona will call on his closer, Emmanuel Clase, 4th big league season, 25 years old. High 90s fastball and an amazingly sharp cutter as well. Slider in the low 90s. He's got really good stuff. And he closed out the Guardians' Game 1 win. So here's Rizzo leading off against Clase. Oh, strike. Well, he carved through Calhoun, LeMahieu, and Cordero Monday to get the save. 1, 2, 3 in the ninth. One and one. Fly ball, center field. Straw is there. One out here in the ninth.
Like you see Anthony Rizzo, he's not happy with himself. Had a pitch to hit.
Well, fans, go to @YesNetwork on Twitter and vote for the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week. Is it number 1, Franchi Cordero, number 2, Aaron Judge, or number 3, Giancarlo Stanton? Here's Stanton, 0 for 3 today. A couple of strikeouts. There's that slider, 90 miles an hour. His velocity has been down just a tick at the start of the season, but still plenty good enough. Grounded, deep short. Rosario with the throw, and it gets past Bell. Stanton will reach. And he's going to get to second base because it went into the camera well and came back out on the field. A break for the Yankees.
A break for the Yankees. They will take it as Rosario is put on a clinic at shortstop. The throw across, and Bell just can't come up with it. Yankees will take it. Runner in scoring position in a tie game in the ninth inning.
At the plate now, left fielder for New York, Franchi Cordero.
So that brings up Cordero. His home run in the 7th tied the game. Gleyber Torres is pinch running for Stanton, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
He was not in the starting lineup today.
Running at second base for the Yankees for Stanton, number 25, Gleyber Torres.
Did he go? No, he did not. 2-0. That's a big call by Moscoso. Turns the whole bat in favor of Cordero now. There's a strike.
We've seen early on in his Yankee career, Cordero likes that breaking ball coming down and into him from a right-hander. Clase dropped it down middle to get back in the count.
There's that cutter, 2-2.
That's a tough pitch. It looks like it's going to be off the plate away, and it comes back to the outside corner. Yankees 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position.
Strike 3, Cordero down looking. Let's check out pitching decisions presented by Sage, John.
Well, we're going to take a look at the pitch by pitch. That's a breaking ball down. Next pitch, another breaking ball to check swing. Call goes Cordero's way. Slider for a strike. Nasty cutter for a strike. And then finally another slider down middle in.
So here is Oswaldo Cabrera. 1-0. Torres pinch running for Stanton. Stanton got an infield single, and also Rosario was charged with an error. Second error by the Guardians. 1-1. That one is driven to right field. Going back is Brennan, turning, looking, and it is off the wall. Torres will score easily. It's a big RBI single for Cabrera, and the Yankees take the lead 4-3.
A very confident young hitter stepping in the box against a dominant closer. You know you might get one mistake the entire at bat, and he got it. He didn't miss it. Slider middle. Cabrera thinking he maybe has a shot at a home run. It's going to end up being a long single. The most important part gives the Yankees the lead.
And the pitch to Kiner-Falefa is a strike. That's the 5th ribby for Cabrera on the year. Inside. What a big base hit for the Yankees second baseman. In a game the Yankees were down 3-0, they're now leading 4-3. 1-2.
With all that controversy in the first inning to fight their way all the way back, still got to get 3 big outs in this game.
Grounded softly to Ramirez. And he gets IKF for the final out. But the Yankees take the lead on this swing. Oswaldo Cabrera sends it out to right. Over the head of Brennan. He likes what he sees, and so does his team. They lead 4-3.
This is Fast Twitch, a new energy drink from Gatorade. Can't take the summer off. 200 milligrams of caffeine, electrolytes, and 0 sugar. Start fast with Fast Twitch, a new energy drink from Gatorade.
Deliver yourself. The Audi Q5.
What's up, everybody? Chef Marcus Sampson here on Home Plate New York on the Yes app. Come on, man, bring it in. Don't be shy.
From pinstripes to chef whites, Yankee stars take to the kitchen and explore some of their favorite New York cuisine.
This is staple. This is what we grew up. This is actually a gourmet version. Yeah.
Plus celebrities, athletes, and icons join Marcus at some of the hottest tables in town.
That's amazing. I'm proud.
Manja. Check out Home Plate New York, streaming now on the Yes app.
Well, the Yes app has more and more ways to watch and experience live Yankees, Nets, and Liberty games, more ways to interact with family and friends with Yes Watch Party, and more ways to win big cash prizes with Yes Pick and Play games. For the best seat in the house, download the Yes app now, and you can catch Yankees, Nets, and Liberty games direct to consumer if you are not connected to a cable bundle through the Yes app. Cabrera gets some love from Aaron Judge. And why not with the big hit, putting the Yankees up 4-3. And the Yankees bring on Clay Holmes to try to get the final 3 outs.
Well, Holmes this season started off on a rough note, but he has been lights out since that outing, and the numbers just keep getting better. 3 for 3 in save opportunities.
Well, Cabrera moves from second to right because Stanton got pinch run for, and taking over at second base for Cabrera is Torres. Josh Bell will start it off against the Yankee closer. One pitch, a ground ball to Torres. One out. You got to stay tuned after the final out for tonight's W.B. Mason Yankees postgame and get highlights, analysis, and player reaction from the clubhouse, plus Aaron Boone on the manager's report, and of course a look ahead to the series with the Twins. Well, here's Will Brennan, 1 for 3 today. And the pitch is high from Holmes. So the Yankee bullpen continues its excellence. Scoreless inning from Arenaccio, 2 for King, 1 for Peralta. Now looking the same for Clay Holmes. Seven strikeouts, 1 walk in 4 innings in the last 4 games. And 3 for 3 in saves. 1 and 2.
Even when Clay Holmes makes a mistake with location, his velocity and movement is so tough, he gets away with some mistakes. That was 97 up middle. Brennan couldn't center it.
And that gets him. So he'll take first base with the tying run.
Trying to go for that front hip sinker, and he just yanks it down and in, gets his right foot.
Tough break. Holmes was ahead in the count 1-2. Now the Guardians have 19 stolen bases in 21 attempts. They lead Major League Baseball with the 19 stolen bases. Here's Miles Straw. Can they turn 2? There's one on to first. Not in time. Guardian still alive. 2 down.
Well, Clay Holmes does his job getting the ground ball right at IKF, but Miles Straw can really get down the line. Glaber with the good turn, the strong throw, just a tick late.
And the pinch hitter is Oscar Gonzalez, pinch hitting for Cam Gallagher. He's got power, hit a big walk-off home run in the playoffs last year. Straw has great speed. He's at first. One and 0.
Straw with his 6 stolen bases has not been thrown out. So if you're Clay Holmes, yes, you do want to pay attention to him, but with 2 outs and a right-handed hitter up at the plate, be aggressive in the strike zone.
2-0. Guardians trying to battle back. They led 3-0. Now trailing 4-3. Down to their final out in the bottom of the 9th inning. Three and 0 on the pinch hitter. Stephen Kwan is on deck. Miles Straw leads off first, held there by Rizzo. And he walked him on 4 straight. Now the tying run is at second, and the winning run is at first, as Matt Blake, the pitching coach, will come out and talk with Clay Holmes.
Yeah, not a great at bat. Obviously, 4 out of the strike zone. Matt Blake's going to go try to settle this closer down, but you worry about the matchup with Kwan because he doesn't expand out of the zone and usually puts the ball in play.
Guardians have tomorrow off. The Yankees start a 4-game set at Yankee Stadium against the Minnesota Twins. And they have used their A-listers out of the bullpen. They want to win this game. Marinaccio, King, Peralta, and now Holmes. If Straw could get a jump, he could attempt to steal third just to put it in the mind of Holmes, that nasty sinker that could get by the catcher. You have to make sure you can make it, though. So in all likelihood, he's going to stay put unless he gets a running jump. One and 0. He's lost the strike zone 6 in a row out of the zone.
Yeah, he's just working underneath that 2-seamer a little bit. So Higgy's telling him get the ball down in the zone. Fly open a little early, you work underneath, it ends up and away to a lefty.
There's the strike, 2-1. Tying run is at second. The winning run's at first. Yankees lead